I think the head of operations, engineer Mohammed Ibrahim. Also the head of IT is Abu Ubaidah, and I think the project manager, I think Abdul Rauf, also project manager Hussein, and also supervisor is Iyas, maybe 4 or 5 people.
Okay,
Is Abdul Karim is there, guys?
Yes.
Okay, good. Also, our senior engineer Abdul Karim. All of these people, they are in projectors connecting their Skype. They are waiting for you to give us a demo, comprehensive demo, and we're gonna to use it immediately. The site, the service desk, in order to see what is thing that we need to add it in the future in terms of capability and reporting.
Okay, sounds good.
You can start.
Okay, let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, clear now. Yes.
Okay, let me start first with the introduction. My name is Galina, and I was involved as some kind of consultants, and together with developers, we created this solution. And if you have any concerns, I will be glad to address this. What I'm going to do today, I am going to show you the flow, how it is expected to be done in the site, and then I will show you what we have at the background of this flow.
Okay.
So,
Galina, can you give me 5 seconds?
Of course.
طيب I will speak in Arabic, sorry for that.
Yeah, no problem.
شباب الكاستمر اللي هو أي واحد داخل المستشفى يطلب خدمة. يعني ممكن يكون تمريض، ممكن يصير طبيب، ممكن يصير موظف، ممكن يصير مدير مستشفى، ممكن يصير واحد من الناس اللي شغالين معاكم في المستشفى يدخل على النظام يفتح أمر عمل، يقول عندي مشكلة الفلانية. هذا نسميه احنا الكاستمر أو الشخص اللي طالب الخدمة. واضح؟
واضح.
المرحلة الثانية اللي هو سيرفيس ديسك سبورت، هذا شخص بتجي له الطلبات الكترونيكالي عن طريق الجوال او عن طريق النت، بيشوفها بيتاكد ان المعلومه اللي مدخله هنا فيها صحيحه، بيتاكد انها فعلا لقسم الكهرباء او كذا وكذا، احيانا تكون صحيحه ما يسوي فيها اي حاجه. هذا الشخص اللي بيسجل، اللي اليوم قاعد يستقبل طلبات بالتلفون، راح تجي له كل حاجه مسجله، بس يتاكد من البيانات اللي مدخله انه فعلا انه طالب كهرباء ورايح القسم الكهرباء، مش طالب كهرباء ورايح الميكانيكا. واضح؟
واضح.
السوبرفايزر هذا انت عندك كل قسم في مسؤول هيد اوف الكهرباء والهيد تبع الميكانيكا والمدني والزراعي والمدري ايش، كل واحد له قسم، حتى النظافه، صح ولا لا؟
ايوه.
هذا الشخص هذا مدير القسم بيشوف الاوامر اللي تجيله ويكلف فيها ناس من الفنيين عنده يشتغلوا عليها. هو الصاين يقول فلان روح شوف العمليه من السيستم، روح شوف سوي العمليه الفلانيه. والفني تجي له لما يخش على اليوزر تبعه يشوف ان الاوامر العمل اللي جات له ويروح يباشرها ويقفلها ويخلصها مع الكاستمر، مع النهايه ترجع للكاستمر. واضح؟
واضح.
انا حبيت اعطيكم الترمينولوجي والتعريفات عشان نصير احنا يعني متفاهمين. انا احاول اسويها نفس العمليه اللي انتم موجودين فيها في الحياه العمليه جوا المشاريع، عشان يعني ندخل فيها حبه حبه. Galina, sorry, I just explained to them some of the terminology that we used in our applications, so for them to have very familiar very quickly to catch up. Okay, start.
I heard that you explained some of these roles, right?
All of them.
Okay.
But you can repeat it in English better than me.
Okay.
Because we have people they are speaking English or they are not 100% probably getting my accent.
I don't think that I have good accent as well, so. Okay, so we have our site, right? This site is called Service Desk. And the idea of behind of this site is to ability to our end users, our customers, to request some service through that site. That's why we have first role. This is customer. Customer who need someone to perform some service in his house, apartment. It could be any kind of service. It could be like fixing something, replacing, it's any kind of service. Below I provided some login and passwords that I will be using within my demo. So far you just skip this information. For you maybe it's not important right now. So customer, he will need some service, right? He will create task in our application. This task will initiate the requests from the customer, and we need to work on that specific task, and we will go to the next stage regarding this task. Customer will log in to that application, will create task, will specify all the needed information, like what kind of service he needs, when it needs to be done, etc., etc. And that's it. On the customer side, that's it. Nothing else is required for the customer. He's done. He created request, and that's it. Next, we have Service Desk Support. This role will review all the tasks. He will be able to see all the tasks in the system. He will see, for example, just created tasks. He can go through the just created task, review all the information, fill it in that task. Maybe something customer didn't provide. Maybe in this case, this guy will reach out to the customer to clarify some details, etc., etc. Maybe he will adjust and add some information to the task directly. So this is just a role that will be used for review the tasks, edit some information, nothing else. Next, we have created task, right? We have this task reviewed by our let's say Service Desk Support guy who reviewed and double checked that everything is fine in the task. And next we have supervisor. Supervisor, this is the manager of all technicians who will be performing the task. Supervisor, he has his team, right? Team of technicians. And what he need to do, he need to review the task and based on that information that is already in the task, he can say exactly who can perform that task. What he will do, he will assign some worker. Worker, this is the same as technician. He will review, he knows who is on vacation, he knows who knows this, which skills are required, etc. So he will pick up the technician and assign it to the created by the end user or customer task. And the last part is technician. Technician, this is the person who is going to perform and close that service. He will go directly to the customer, to his place. He will do whatever is described in the task. He can change the status of the task, like, okay, I am started working on this task, or I'm on my way to the client, or I already done with this task. Also, what he can do, for example, if he used some spare parts or items while doing something on the customer side, he needs somehow to say, okay, for this task I used this. I took it from my truck and used, for example, one lamp to replace something. So he will add this information to the task itself, and he will maybe he needs to add some pictures before and after, just to for supervisor to double check how technician completed his task, and he will close that task. Also, once he closed that task, customer can open again our site, review the status of the task to see if this closed. He can double check the task in his apartment, just make sure that everything is completed, and then he will do final close of the task. Is it clear based on this flow that
Yes.
I described? Okay, good. So we have first step is login under customer and try to add some requests into our system. We used like these logins for us just to to know which user is doing what. But in real life, in this system, you will have real login like name and surname of the user and password for that specific user. So this is the main screen of our site where you can see logo and you can see login page. So we will type in login of our customer and we will type in this password. Of course, such users needs to be created in the system in advance. If we don't have such user created, that person cannot log in into the system. Once customer log in to the system, what we can see here? We can see navigation pane, and we see main screen with the all main information required for that specific user. In the navigation pane, you can hide, unhide that navigation pane. If you have small screen, then maybe for you it's more useful to hide this pane. We have information about the user itself. Right now we have like can create task, but so far in our system we have naming of the users based on what they need to do. But if we create user based on his name and surname, here we will see his name and surname. If you open this, click on this arrow, you will see log out. So if you need to log out from the screen, you can click log out and it will transfer you to sign in page. We have dashboards. Dashboards will show information for this specific customer. So far for this customer under which I log in, I can see that we have already 8 tasks closed. We have 8 tasks created for all the time. We have 3 in progress, etc., etc. We can filter it by today, current week. Maybe for customer, it will be useful to just to show this boards by current month. And here,
allow me, Galina, can I explain?
yes.
شباب اليوزر هذا هو طالب الخدمة. ممكن يصير طالب الخدمة هو قسم الاي سي يو، يعني الاي سي يو تعطيه يوزر تسميه اي سي يو يوزر، يدخلون تشوفون الاوامر، هذه الاوامر اللي فتحت من الاي سي يو، او اوامر قسمه من قسم الولاده، او قسم الحضانه، او السكن، او كذا. هذا اليوزر ممكن تقول يطلب، ما يطلب خدمات الا جوا القسم تبعه، ما يقدر يطلبها مكان ثاني. يعني هذا من الشغلات اللي محطوطه. لذلك اذا دخل اليوزر، الموظفين القسم هذا على اليوزر هذا، هيشوفوا الاوامر العمل مفتوحه عليه، اللي لا زالت شغاله، واللي عليها يعني رجعت، واللي مقفله، واللي ملغاه، وعد اوامر العمل. هذا مؤشر، هذا كي بي اي للقسم بحد ذاته. وراح نشوف كيف نشوفه على مستوى المستشفى، وعلى مستوى القسم، وعلى المستوى الثاني. Go ahead, Galina.
Okay. So this section, like dashboards, are configurable, but we believe right now for our demo that for customer it will be enough just to see the number of tasks based on some statuses, to see how many tasks created for all the time and number of tasks created by today. But if you would like, you can add some additional diagrams to this section, and at the end I will show you this configuration, how you can add additional diagrams. If you need to see details for each specific task, for example, we have created, right? We have 8 created tasks, and you would like to see some details. What are these tasks? We have 8 created tasks, so you can click to the created this section, and it will right away navigate you to the list of those tasks. So as you can see, we have created status, we have specific color that we know that is for created, and we can now review some details, what is those tasks about. If you need, you can go back, click on other tasks like closed, review all the closed tasks, etc., etc. And the most important part for the customer is to create task, right? To request some service. For this purpose, he will navigate to tasks, and in this screen he will be able to see all the tasks by different statuses. Of course, he can here filter by cancelled, just show me cancelled, show me those that are in progress, or he can leave it like here and to see all the tasks. On this screen, what he will do, in case he needs to ask for to do something, he will click new, and he will provide the information that is required for him. For example, he needs to fix some equipment. He will provide a full description what needs to be done. So what else? He will select what department is usually working on that kind of tasks. Okay, so he will, for example, select electrical department.
Galina, can I explain?
Yes, yes.
شباب الأقسام هذول هي الأقسام المستشفى، ممكن نضيف وننقص على حسب الاحتياج. ممكن نحط قسمين، 3، 4، 10 أقسام وكذا. هذا الجروب. احنا Galina, we can increase number of department and group.
Yes, of course. Yes.
ونكتبها بالطريقة اللي احنا نكتبها، يعني بنكتبها في العربي أو نكتبها في الإنجليزي أو كذا بالشكل اللي نبغاه. Next, Galina.
Yeah, okay. So some specific departments can perform some specific types of work. right? And for example, if customer selects electrical department, he will be able to see only those types of work that is belong to electrical department. In our case, you see like other types like painting, plumbing, etc. grayed out because electrical department cannot do painting. They can do some only electrical type of work. Next, once customer provided the clear description what needs to be done.
If you allow me, Galina, the type of work يا شباب هذا ممكن نحط الكهرباء لو عنده مصاعد أو عنده كهرباء أو كذا ممكن نحطها بالتقسيمة هذه للكهرباء الأقسام اللي تحتها الشغلات اللي فيها نقول مثلا إذا هو مسؤول عن الغلايات نحط تحته الغلايات، إذا هو مسؤول عن المصاعد نحط تحته المصاعد، الشغلات اللي له دخل فيها. ممكن يصير الميكانيكا والكهرباء لهم حاجات مشتركة نحطهم يقدرون فيها، بس مثلا الكهرباء ما يقدر يسوي دهان، صح ولا لا؟
صحيح.
ولا يقدر يسوي سباكه، لذلك ما راح تخلي الواحد لما يختار قسم كهرباء عنده مشكله كهرباء بيحاول المشكله على الكهرباء يقدر يختار خدمه ثانيه. Continue, Galina.
If, for example, customer for some reason doesn't know to which department this kind of request belongs, what he can do while filling in this task information, he can first specify the type. For example, he knows for sure that it's painting or this is electrical something. The list of types also configurable. So in our case, we have electrical, right? He will select it, and then department will be automatically filled in for him. Because we need to know description is good. Based on the description, we see some detailed information that what needs to be done. But it's not enough for us. We need to know exactly which technician, which department should work on that task. Because in our company, we may have different departments and we need somehow to define who needs to do this. And types and group, this is the right way to do this. Customer will just select what kind of work he needs to done to complete it, and then group will be identified automatically. Or if he knows already what kind of department is usually working on his issues, he can easily select department and select the type. So it's up to you, depends what information what customer knows about his issues. Maybe he knows about your company. He already asked several times to perform something. He knows all this information, so he can decide what way for him is easily just to fill in the task itself. Next, we need to select where this task needs to be provided. This is like, I would say, areas where we need to, in our case, fix the equipment. We have some main building, we have some hospital. The list of the areas where we need to have and do something by our technicians can be increased. It's not fixed list. You can always configure it. In our case, we have only 2 buildings. Let's select one of them. And once we select the building, for example, you can actually, this list you can divide by whatever you want. Maybe you would like to track all these tasks by buildings. Maybe you would like to track by departments inside of the building. So it's up to you. In our case, for our demo purpose, we just created buildings, and for each of the building, we created what exactly location inside of the specific building where this task needs to be performed. For example, in our case, we need to fix equipment. technician will go to main building and will go, I don't know, maybe it's the whole floor, first floor, or it's just specific room. So customer needs to select where exactly.
Galina, can I
Yes,
ask one question quickly?
yes.
So this customer, he's only authorized to open ticket in the main building, King Saud Hospital, and in the mosque, right? I mean, this customer, the service object group, he's been only assigned to 2 things, right?
So
Yeah.
so far we don't have any other buildings in our.
If there is any customer in another department, can he has another preference to see another service object group other than this?
Yes, we have set up per each customer. You can set up which base on behalf of which building he needs to, or area or location he needs to create.
Or department, for example.
Yeah, or department. Yes.
Yeah. So he will be assigned to open a ticket in that area only.
Yes.
Okay.
I will show you that configuration, but if you open, for example,
let us continue the demo, then we can talk about that one.
Okay.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah.
I will speak in Arabic for you. شباب الآن شفت النموذج الموحد للأمر العمل اللي في الأخضر هذا اللي أنتم تعبونه يعبيها القسم ويوقع يتوقعون عليه أمر العمل. شباب.
أيوه.
هذا النموذج اللي قاعدين تشوفه قدامك، هذا البيانات اللي تتعبى بنفس النموذج. بالنهاية لو عبيت النموذج هذا وسويته وانتهيت منه وقفلته بالكامل، راح تطبع نموذج نفس اللي هناك بالضبط. يعني هذه المعلومات معبيات ومأخوذة من نفس النموذج اللي انتم بتستخدمونه في أمر العمل، الاي 4 هذا اللي فيه أقسام كهرباء وميكانيكا ومدري ايش اللي جتني من عندكم سابقا يعني. لذلك البيانات اللي تعبيها هنا راح تنعكس بالنموذج هناك وتمشي الكترونيكالي كل مرحله لحد ما تقفل، وتعالوا تعرف متى الامر العمل هذا اتفتح، متى تقفله، متى تدخل فيه فلان، متى تدخل فيه فلان، لحد تقفله بالنهايه بالمره. هذه الوجه، هذا التاسك نيو، هذا الفتح امر عمل اللي انتم تتعبون فيه الاي 4، هذه الورقه اللي تعبونها فيه في بدايه اي طلب لشغل في الموقع. Continue, Galina.
Next, we have a project. I believe we will hide
this one, yes.
Yeah, this field, but depends on under which user I log in. Project will be identified automatically, and this information is important just to migrate all these tasks to AX.
Okay.
Because all the orders that will be created inside of AX will belong to specific project, to specific customer.
عرفت الموضوع؟
أيوة.
الآن هي تتكلم إن البروجكت اي دي اللي حاطه هنا هو اللي راح يرتبط مع الاكس بالسيرفيس مجول على الاي ار بي هنا من هنا. يعني المعلومه هذه قاعد نجيبها من الاي ار بي.
ايوه فهمت عليك.
يلا اوكي نكست. Continue, Galina.
Okay. Also, I would like to point out that the list of fields that is visible, editable, and only for view is also configurable. So right now I can go and hide this specific field for user role. I will show you how to do this, but you can always make this configuration. When task is created, the stage, I would say I would call it like status, is created. It means that we just created this task, right? And later, this stage itself will be updated by technician when he starts working on that, when he completes, etc., etc. I will show you how this stage will be changed during our flow. And also we have plan duration in hours, just to inform customer how much time it usually takes to perform this specific type of work. For example, in our case, it's some kind of electrical, and we have said that for electrical types of work, normal duration is 3 hours. You can set this duration by your types, depends on how much time usually takes it for you, for technician to perform that task. Customer can add some additional information, whatever he needs to add, he can switch to this tab and populate notes. Media is blank since media will be used by technician. I will show you how to attach photo before and after into this section. And on contacts, you can see some information may be useful for technician regarding that customer. It can be some address, it can be phone number, some email. Maybe in some cases, technician need to call to the customer and say, sorry, I have a problem, for example. For whatever reason, he can review this information and he can use it if needed. Once we are done with this setup, customer need just save or save close. If he clicks save, then he will stay on that screen. If you click save and close, he will be returned back to main screen and you see this new task is created and visible here. Let me go quickly one by one. What we can see here, we have a unique task ID. Based on this task ID, customer always can call to our company and say, sorry, I don't see that somebody working on this, why it's so long, etc., etc. He can name this task ID in order to find this task in the system. We have description, we have group, we have stage that it's just created, when this task needs to be done, in which location, who asked this, who requested this task, and when it was requested. If you go back to details, you will see that it's exactly what we've just created. You will be able to see it on this screen. So this is customer. He just entered a task. Now, as a company who performing such services, we need to handle this task, right? And based on our list of roles, next who will be doing it is service desk support role. I will log in under that role. I will log out from this role. I will log in under that role. As you can see,
allow
yes.
me, Galina.
Yes.
I will speak in Arabic a little bit.
Okay.
First of all, the user now, once he's finishing from that one, we consider the company role started, right?
Yes.
اوكي. شباب الان بالنسبه الان العميل او الشخص طالب الخدمه انتهى وسوى طلع من البرنامج، يعني خلاص سوى طلبه وراح. الان الطلب بيروح لمرحله ثانيه، مرحله الشركه ومتابعه الامر العمل لحد ما يتقفل. الان العميل عنده طلب الان موجود بالشركه، ودخلت على ان الرجال هذا الرجال اللي قاعد يتابع امر العمل اول ما تيجي بيتاكد ان المعلومات اللي فيها صحيحه، مدخله بشكل صحيح. Continue, Galina.
So our service desk support user, he needs to view much more information that basically customer needs. That's why you can see that service desk user has more diagrams because he needs to see it. For example, we have a count of tasks by months. He needs to see it again by status. He needs to see it also by department. We have number of tasks by department. Maybe he needs to review the specific task of specific department. The approach working with this diagram is pretty the same. He just need to click on some section and he will see task only specific department. If he needs to see another department, he just need to click on another department on the diagram. He also can view the full list of tasks on this screen. In this case, if he needs to, for example, to review just created task, we see that for him it's visible this task that we've just created. And maybe he needs to edit some information regarding inside of this task. So he can open this task, he can review everything. Okay, if something is not what he is expected, he can reach out to customer or he can add this information inside of this task. But mainly his purpose is just review the task. Maybe he need to pay attention on some departments and review the progress of his tasks. So it's up to you. If it's not necessary for our company to have this role, it's okay to not use it and just skip it. But maybe in some of the cases, customer can make some mistakes while filling in the tasks. So it's nice to have the role who will double check this task information itself, because in tasks itself it could be just a mess with the data. For example, customers set some information that is just doesn't make any sense. That's why we need someone who review the task and will say like, oh gosh, we cannot work on this task, it's just a mess. So his part on this just to review the task, and in case if needed, he will modify this task. Next, let's work. By the way, you didn't see information regarding workers, right? Up to this point, we don't have information about workers, about technician who will be doing this, because these two roles are not expected to be worked with the workers. With the workers will be working their manager, technician manager. That's why all the workers' information hidden from this screen and it's invisible here. But now if I log in under manager, who is responsible for a team of technicians, I should be able to see worker information. So I will do like this. I will log out and log in under that manager role.
This is the manager, right?
Sorry?
This is the manager, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. But the help desk can modify the work, right?
He can, the worker, no.
No, I'm talking about the help desk, the guy in dispatch.
Yes, he can modify the task itself, but
Yeah,
not
the worker. Has some wrong information.
Yes, some wrong information.
Okay.
So we have this role, and currently we have set up that this manager is responsible only for electronics department. If you have, for example, in the company, you have manager who is responsible for all departments, you can remove this restriction. But so far we have limitation set up, and I will show you later where you can set up which departments visible for specific role. I will show you in later after this demo. So this role can see only electronics department tasks. And if we go to our list of tasks, we will see that we have new field visible for that role. This is worker. And now we can say that, okay, most of the tasks assigned to some worker, but we have one that is not assigned. So what this manager will do, he will assign it to specific worker. The list of workers also limited by the specific department. So you will not see the workers who is not working in this specific department. That's why we have only 3 workers visible, because only these 3 workers belong to these electronic departments. I see you cannot see these tasks that we've just created, because in our task that we created, we set like electrical department, right? And this manager is responsible for electronics departments. That's why we cannot see tasks for other departments. What I will do, I will log in back just to show you the full process for one specific task that we've just created. I will go and edit our task, and I will change it to electronics department. Okay, we see this task that I've just reassigned to another department, and now it's visible here because now the task belongs to this electronic department. What this manager will do, he will say, okay, this task will be performed by specific worker. He will just select that worker and he is done. He doesn't need to edit anything else. Maybe
Galina, can explain?
Yes.
شباب انت كل واحد في القسم اللي عنده الفنيين تبعينه صح؟ واحنا مقسمينه احنا حتى بالنظام الاي ار بي انه في الاقسام تحتها الموظفين حقينها صح؟
ايوه.
يعني لو عندنا مثلا الكهرباء في الولادة، نعرف الناس الكهرباء في الولادة صح؟
ايوه
بناء عليه لو دخل على القسم هنا الكترونكس او الكهرباء وكذا، ما راح يشوف الرئيس القسم هذا الا الناس اللي عنده في القسم.
تمام
يعني ما راح يقدر يسوي الصين على احد من برا القسم.
تمام
واضح؟ هذا كل قسم له شغله معينه. احنا مسويين الابلكيشنز بحيث انه يساعدنا في الموقع، وايضا يصير يعني مطابق اللي احنا قاعد نعمل على نظام الاكس. واضح؟
واضح. بس زمان الشاشه الحين ما واضحه.
اي شاشه؟
شاشه جلينا هذه ولا
سكايب.
قال لنا يور سكرين اتس نوت كلير. انا من عندي جاهز واضحه، ما ادري ايش عندك، شو المشكله عندكم؟
Is it not visible?
They told me it's not clear little bit. I don't know what's the issues. من شاشة الكمبيوتر تبعك عندك فيها مشكلة؟
لا.
شوفها من شاشة واضحة؟
I a little bit zoom in. Is it better now?
ايش معنى غير واضحة يا ابو عبيدة؟
كانوا النت هنا شوية.
ايش؟
الوان صيحة لبعض.
كانوا النت يعني.
ما فهمت عليكم.
ممكن يكون النت ضعيف شويه يا مهندس.
كيف النت ضعيف تسوي؟ انا عندك 100 ميجا و40 ميجا في المكتب.
ممكن عند الاتصال انا
يعني تو يصير النت ضعيف ولا من زمان ضعيف؟
لا لسه الحين بس.
الان واضح؟ الحين سريع ولا مش سريع الان؟
لا ما واضح. في شوية.
قالين I think we should switch off and switch on again.
Okay, just a second.
سكر السماعة من عندك واتصل مرة ثانية. ويت قالينا انت تطلع من النت وتدخل مرة ثانية. قالينا can you share now your screen?
Yes, I'm sure.
اطلعوا يا شباب. ابو عبيدة. الو.
Yes, I'm here.
No, I'm talking about the guy. يا اخي في جروب، ليش تتصل فيني؟ تدخل في الجروب. واضح الآن؟
أيوة واضح.
ايوه كده صح.
يلا اوكي ماشي. continue قالينا now.
Is it visible?
Yes, it's clear now.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, once manager assigned technician to specific task, now we have the last step. Technician can start working on his tasks. That's why we are going to log out from manager and log in under technician. So he will see how many tasks on his side. He will see by his department. He will see how many tasks created today or all the time. And if he switches to task section, this worker will see only tasks assigned to him. This is this guy, and this user is assigned to this worker. That's why this user can see only tasks of these workers. And here we see this, our task just created. And what technician will do? He will see, okay, he has some task assigned to him. And once he starts working on specific task, he can say, okay, I'm on the next stage. And he will change the status of the task to next. In this case, for example, we have two options. For some reason, if technician says, like, I cannot do this for some reason or for whatever reason, he will click cancel, and if he click cancel, he will need to indicate the reason why he's canceling the task. If he is not going to cancel it and he, for example, would like to say, okay, I started working on this task, he will just select just in progress. The list of statuses that is available for specific worker is also configurable. Right now, it's set up that technician can move it only to in progress and cancelled. But if you think that cancel it is not required for this for workers, you can change this configuration. In our case, we are not going to cancel it since we need to complete this task. We will change it to in progress. Next, when his technician starts working, what he can do, he can attach some pictures.
Galina, can I explain?
Yes, of course.
بعد ما يحوله هو من كرييت لانه بروجرس التاسك حقه، يعني بدا الشغل خلاص بيسوي له الساعه والوقت واليوم متى بدا عليه الشغل. بدينا نحسب الحسابه على الفني. واضح يا شباب؟ واضح؟
ماشي.
يعني خلاص، يعني الان هو جاء الفني وحوله، اذا سوى له كانسليشن الغى الامر العمل بيعطي السبب ليش الغت الامر العمل. والامر العمل لما يسوي له الغاء مديره لازم يوافق عليه انه يلغيه، يمكن مديره يرفض ويرجعه مره ثانيه ليه. النقطه الثانيه انه امر العمل لما يتحول من كرييت لأون بروجريس خلاص طلع من مرحله راح المرحله، بدنا نحاسب عليه بالساعه وبالثانيه. والان قالينا بتكمل توريكم كيف يتصور العمل قبل وبعد التنفيذ. Go ahead, Galina.
Okay, so he can attach the picture how it was before. Let me see if I have some pictures. And he can attach picture after. Once he is done with this task, he can attach picture after. You can attach up to 16 pictures. We didn't want to make it like without limitation, because technician can attach some garbage, and we have limitation like 16 pictures before and 16 pictures after.
Galina, can I talk?
Yes.
الآن الفني لما يطلع الموقع بيصور العمل قبل وبعد، ممكن يصوروا عدة صور، له 16 صورة قبل وله 16 صورة بعد. يعني الفني ما عنده عذر يقول والله أنا ما عندي ما شفته كذا، لا، هذه موجودة قبل وبعد عشان نوثق العمل اللي صار في الموقع. واضح؟
واضح.
Okay, next, Galina.
If you attached the wrong picture, you can just drag and drop and remove that picture if needed and attach the correct one. Once you attached the picture and you are, for example, completed the task, you will see additional section here. This is information regarding spare parts. Now, technician need to set how many spare parts he used while performing this task. Maybe he didn't use anything at all. In this case, he will keep this section like as it is. If he used something like bulb or something else, he will click this button plus, and here he will select which item or spare parts he used while doing
From where
this
these
task.
items you take it?
We have a specific table, I would say, where you can configure the list of items.
No, this
Ideally,
item, is it integrated with ARB or
yes,
not?
yes. All
This is integrated with the inventory in this case, in the warehouse.
So, as far as I know, integration is not ready
No,
right now.
no, I mean it will be taking this information from the ARB.
Yes. All master data information like items, projects, workers, some departments, some units of measure, some customers,
Okay.
project. All this master data information will be taken from AX.
Okay, if the item not available in the X and they bring it from local market, is it something we can add it here as an external items?
Yes, you can add it.
Okay. فهمتوا شباب الآن؟
ايوه يعني هو بياخد المعلومات من الاي اكس لو في حاجه مش موجوده على الاي اكس.
معلومات من الاكس يحطها هنا، بعدين اعرف ان امر العمل هذا تصرف عليه ايش.
ايوه
عرفت؟ ولو عناصر جايبها من برا الاكس ممكن تضيفها، لو ما في عناصر ممكن تحطه بدون عناصر.
عايزين نشوف بقى تضيفها ازاي.
ايش؟
هتضيف العناصر لو من بره تضيفها ازاي دلوقتي؟
Okay, he's asking if he want to add an item that's not in the AX, how he will do it. Can you show us?
Yes. Just a second, I will look in under admin.
كويس السيستم يا شباب ولا خرابيط؟
ده كويس.
So he will go here, just click new, will set the code, the name, to which group that item belong, the unit of measure, and that's it.
Is it going to be have a two-way synchronization between this and the AX in this case?
No, for items, we think we will have only one-way synchronization.
But if you have an external item, it will be staying on the service desk in this case?
Yes, only in service desk.
Okay, clear.
طيب هنا ما حد عمل سينك مع الاكس يا ابو سليمان؟
لا ما عملنا سينك مع الاكس، ما بسوينا انتجريشن، لا اخذنا بس معلومات الموظفين والاقسام فقط.
اوكي.
لانه يوم احنا نبدا ما كان في انفنتوري واضح، يعني ما كان في شيء كبير.
زين.
اوكي. Continue Galina.
Okay, I will log in back. Okay, so he will need to add, in case he's used something, he will need just select the item and set how many items he used while working on this task. Once he added this information, he attached pictures, etc. Now he could change the status that he completed working on that task, and he moved it to completed. After that, we have two choices. Or we need someone to validate that he completed correctly his task. Right now, we have set up that customer will double check the status of the task, and if it's completed, and if it's really completed and
Galina,
customer doesn't have any objections,
Galina, Galina,
yes, yes.
كان explain. الآن الفني هو يقول إن انتهيت من العمل، لكن ما راح يتم العمل لما يوافق عليه الطالب العمل نفسه، يقفلوا لي، صح؟
صح.
لو ما قفلوا العمل، لو يقعد 100 سنة بيبقى بيعدي عليه بالساعة والزمن العمل كم جلس عنده ما تقفل. واضح؟
واضح.
Okay. Next, he will do only to the next stage or what? Or he will reject or what in this case?
So far we have only set up that he can set it to verified, but we can add new status, reject, and it's not a problem at all. If you would like, we can add it.
Okay, no, I'm talking about this is you need to discuss it with the team because this is a process very important. But if it is completed, could be either to go to the in progress or it's not completed, or it is going to the next stage, right?
So far, it's go only to verified.
Okay,
but we can add right now new status to rejected, for example, and set up that he can move it from.
Based on the process, we will listen to the team later after they try the systems.
Yeah, you can set up as many tasks as you want. You can set up from which task you would like to see which options. For example, from completed, you can have only verified and rejected. For example, you can set up this everything.
Okay, go next.
So in our case, we have only verified and
verified يعني بالنظرات ان الطالب يقول اوكي، بس لا يعني انه تقفل الى الان نهائي، يعني يقول اوكي ماشي الشغل تصلح في مرحله ثانيه. next يا قلينا.
Okay, so far we have closed status that goes after verified. We to be honest, we don't know who will close the task based on the process. It can be a customer who close the task, or a task should be closed by service desk. So far we set up that customer can right away just close it.
Or it could be the supervisor to close it.
Yeah, if you think that it should be done by supervisor, we can reset up it right now in our demo.
شباب can I speak in Arabic قلينا في اللامي؟
Yes.
الآن لما يخلص الفني الشغل ويقول له القسم إنه أوكي الشغل، في واحد لازم يشيك على شغل الفني، صح؟ واحد من القسم، يعني واحد من مهندسين الكهرباء ولا الميكانيكا ولا كذا يشيك عليه إنه فعلا تقفل العمل، صح؟
أيوه.
إيه، إحنا يا ما يصير عندنا نقول الصين لأن هذا بروسس كونفجريشن نحطها باللي عاوزينه. أنا قاعد أفكر نحط نفس المهندسين حقين المشروع اللي معاهم الفني هذا هم اللي يقفلوا يروحوا يشيكوا على الشغل يتأكدوا منه بعدين كلوز. لأنه الطالب يقول أوكي شفت أنا شغال، بس هل تم الشغل بشكل يعني صحيح؟ وهذا المهندس السوبرفايزر المسؤول عن القسم والمهندسين اللي معاهم اللي يتأكدون، صح ولا لا؟
صح.
يعني انت الان لما يكون التمريض مثلا جاء لمك وقال لك عندي المكيف شغال، راح سوى له محرك قال له خلاص كويس وشافوا انه برد، في واحد ثاني لازم يشيك ان شغله هذا تم بطريقه صحيحه ولا لا، صح؟ يقفل له العمل، صح ولا لا؟
ايوه المفروض كده.
هذا الاجراء اللي قاعدين نشتغل عليه. So Galina, the supervisor, he's the one who will supervising the activity after he will move it from verified to closed.
Okay.
Next.
So for each task you can see the history As you can see, today we've created, and this is the user who created it. Then we move it to progress, to complete it, to verify it, and to close. Here you can see
Can you allow me قلينا؟ هذه المراحل اللي مر عليها الامر العمل هذا، شفتوه يا شباب؟ الاول واحد من تحت، من اللي سوى العمل؟ مكتوب، تكتب اسمه على اليمين، ممكن تحطه علي. ان بروجرس اسم الفني، وكومبليتد ايضا اسم الفني، ومن عاد فيريفايد هذا اللي سوى العمل نفسه، والنهايه اللي سكر ممكن يصير يسكره السوبرفايزر نفسه معاه، او ممكن يصير مدير الخدمات نخليه يسكره. عرفتوا؟ ممكن يصير مثلا في المستشفى الولاده ممكن نقول والله مدير الصيانه سكره، او حتى لو تبغى مدير المستشفى او مدير الشؤون الصحيه ممكن يسوي له كونفجريشن هنا، وتشوف كل مرحله كم اخذت من بينها وبين الثاني. عرفت؟
ايوه.
ومع الوقت نحسب كم الشغل هذا اخذ له من وقت، والسبب توقفه والسبب تاخيره. نكست قالينا.
Okay, this is the full process from creation of the task till until we close this. And now I would like to show you what we have at the background of this process. I will again log in under admin. As you can see in all our roles, we don't have setup, because normally it will not be done by customer or service desk or supervisor or technician. So it will be done by admin, whoever is going to set up that application. So we have here on these two forms, we already just reviewed with you, and those sections mostly for dashboards and for tasks, right? But we have also setup section, and inside of this setup section we have many settings. And I will just, since you already know the process, maybe it will be easier for you to understand what for some specific setup exists. So first, let me start by task groups. As you remember, in task groups, we saw the list of departments. And here, the list of departments. You can add as many departments as you would like to have. So in our case, we have only 6, but you can add, remove, organize the list of departments in the way as you need. Now, if you need to add, just click new, and that's it. Next, we have project categories. In AX, we know that all these tasks will be somehow synchronized with AX. In AX, there is no specific field that is called like department. Right now, in AX, there is such object like project category. In project category, if you open AX, you will see the list of departments. In order to somehow synchronize our tasks that inside of service desk application with AX, we need to know which department inside of service desk belong to department inside of AX in the project category. I hope it's clear.
Yes. Yes, clear.
Okay. Again, if you need to add some additional, I believe the list of project categories will be synchronized from AX to service desk. And then what step is required? We will need to set up the link between project category and task group. So we have list of workers, and we know that some workers belong only to specific department, and linkage to which department it belongs is done through the linkage this worker plus project category, and project category linked to department. So, for example, this project category like 101001, this belong to electrical department. And if we go back to workers, we will see that we have Mohammed, and project category, his project category is this one that I already said, and this project category linked to electrical department. So we know that this technician belongs only to electrical department.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's why when you select specific department on the task, we know which list of workers needs to be shown in order to be assigned to specific task. Okay. We have list of items. The list of items ideally will be synchronized from AX. But if you need, you
Galina,
can.
can we call you back because
Color
the
is
screen is
mixing.
not clear right now. Can we recall you?
It's not clear.
Yep.
Colors are mixing together.
ابو عبيد طف، انت اطلع وادخل مره ثانيه، سكر السماعه واتصل واسحبك مره ثانيه.
Okay.
Okay, let me explain it in another way.
واضح
Okay.
الان؟
Yeah, clear.
ايوه.
I will try to explain it in other words. Okay, we know that technician 1 is working for electrical department, right?
Yes.
We know that technician 2 is also working for electrical department. 90%. But technician 3 is working for another department, for example, IT department. We have technicians right now stored in the workers. If you open workers, you will see technicians, right?
Yes.
So this is workers form. We have electrical department, and our departments are stored in this task group, right? The list of departments.
ابو عبيد هذا زي الاكس عاملينه.
نعم.
عاملينه زي الاكس الشباب.
ايوه.
Okay, so we have technicians that are stored in the workers. We have departments that are stored in task group, right? And right now, we don't have in AX such entity as electrical department or some departments. In AX, this everything is stored in project categories. In AX, we have project category. And one is electrical. And we have project category 2, something like this. In AX, we may have much more departments that is really required for service desk, but it can be some another division. But in general, in AX, all the department is stored in project category. First, what we are doing between this and this object, we are just adding such entity like project category. And we are saying, please go to the workers and assign it to specific project category. No, it's difficult. Just a second. We have the list of project categories in our site, this one. And we are saying that this project category is the same as this task group. And this project category is the same as this task group. So now we know that AX project category like this belong to service desk task group to this department. AX project category for IT department belong to this task group for IT department. And in the project category, we have this link. We have project category. Please identify to which task group that project category belong, right?
Yes.
This part is clear. Now we need somehow to say we have technician, we have department. What we are doing, okay, please tell me to which department this technician belong, but do it not through the task group directly assignment, but through the project category. And we are doing like this. So we are saying, okay, we have workers, please assign them to project category, which in our case, some specific department. And project category itself already has this link to task group. So we know from this link to which task group is actually assigned.
Okay.
It's clear?
Yes.
كلير كيف تاخذ البروجكت كاتيجوري من الاكس
ايوه
وحاطه
تربطه مع القسم
وحاطه عنده هي
السيرفس.
نفسها هنا شايفينها هنا بدي حاطها من عندها هي التاسك جروب هذا التاسك جروب. فانت لما تيجي تختار الوركر بتختار معاه البروجكت كاتيجوري.
ايوه
وهي حتعرف من خلال البروجكت كاتيجوري التاسك جروب. يعني هذا الموظف حيشتغل اي شغل. هذا العامل
الفنيين متعرفين على الاكس بالبروجكت كاتيجوري.
زي الاصناف
هنا هتسحب من ده تعرف.
It's clear you can continue now.
Okay, thank you. So this is regarding departments and assigning departments to specific worker. Now we have items. This is our spare parts. we have grouping those items by specific group. Such information also exists in AX, so we can easily pick up this information from AX and synchronize it with the service desk. We have units of measure. This is also master data table where you can see all the units of measure that exist and which unit of measure assigned to specific item. For example, we have some equipment and it's of course will be in pieces, but if it's something like it's just the way how you measure some specific items. And all three these screens belong to one item. So we have item and we have item group which you can find here, and we have unit of measures which you can find here. When you
Galina, this information you pull it from AX, huh?
yes.
دي نفسها موجودة في الإكس حتى البيانات الميجر بتاعه. Okay.
Okay. Next, we have, remember when we created the task, I mentioned that customer needs to specify where this task needs to be provided, like building, some departments in some buildings. So we have service object groups. This is the list of the buildings, and I mentioned that right now in our system we have only 2 set up, but you can add as many as you need, depends on your requirement. And once you created building, for example, if you decide to track it by buildings, in service object you need to say, okay, which exact location belong to that specific building. For example, in your building you have many floors, rooms, areas, etc. So you need just to add details and division where exactly the task needs to be performed. And they mentioned that in task itself you can select building and some additional information for that building. And as you can see, for main building we have floor 1, floor 2, room this, and this. We don't have anything set up for this hospital, but you can go just create new, like in our hospital we have like room this, select okay that this room in our hospital, save and close it. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, so I mentioned that we have task stages, and they mentioned that if you need you can add additional one, but right now we created just this one, created, in progress, cancelled, completed, verified and closed. If you need to add additional one, for example, rejected, you can say, okay, let's add rejected status, and you will say after which status it needs, after which stage it should go. In our discussion we decided, okay, we would like to move it into rejected after completed. So okay, we will set that after completed we will have rejected status. And if you look into this table, you will see that after completed, right now we can do 2 options. We can move it to verified and to reject it. So parent status will identify after which status you will select new one. So for example, in our case, let me explain this setup. We have first stage created. This is the main stage. And we are saying that this is default one. So once task is created, this stage will be created. After created stage, we can move it to, let's see, the parent column. We can move it to cancelled, or we can move it to in progress, because for cancelled and in progress, created is the parent status. From in progress, we can move it to completed. From after completed, we can move it to verified or to rejected. And closed can be done only after verified status. Is it clear how this setup works?
Yes, clear. But how we can? You said you can move it after complete to reject. How come?
We have completed, right?
Yes, if the worker completed the task, okay, he will sign complete.
Okay, technician will set it to completed, and customer will set it or to verify it or to reject it.
Customer, yes.
Yes. That's one the reason why we added rejector, because you would like to have like ability to put it not only to verify it, but also to reject it.
If the customer
is rejected, in which stage will go?
if the customer don't satisfy the job, he will cancel.
No, he will reject it.
He will
Yes.
reject it.
But when it's rejected, in which stage he will come back to on progress again? Or he will create what is after rejected?
Yeah, we can add a new one. Just a second. In progress.
If it is rejected, then we need to redo, for example.
Yeah. And in which state you would like to put it?
If let us assume that it's been completed, and after the completed, the customer is saying it's rejected. Then the rejected, it should come back to either to the technician or to come to the supervisor to see why the technician is not doing the job in the right way. Isn't it?
Yeah. Just a second, I will think. So he will move it to rejected, and now we need to move it back to so far it will stay in rejected. Supervisor, for example, can review it and change the status back, for example, to in progress, for example. What I mean, I just added this new status, and we need to add much more setups that I need to add. We will do this. Can create task. Create it. Reject it. Then supervisor.
مهم بعد فنك طب يعمل ايه؟ رجع المفروض ترجع سوبرفايزر
Status to in progress.
هلا
كده هيكون امر عمل تم
ايش؟
لا لا
اخي رجال ابو علي يا رجال قاعد المكتب.
اوكي لو رجع المفروض يضل مستوى
Refight.
عندك الله الزراير دي شغاله
مش موبايلات العيال كلها بتصور كلها موبايلات مين هيسمح له يصور في المستشفى؟
لا مفيش يعمل ولا ما استلمت الشغلانه صورتها
مين؟
عايز كذا
تعبانين
Completed.
درعوا
I don't have completed. Maybe we could go to the remaining task, because if you would like really to stay, I need to recreate the data to just to show you what I mean regarding reject status. Would you like me to set up this reject status or
Galina,
yes?
Galina, complete the demo and take notes for the questions, and we configure it later and we will let work on it, because I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of questions and comment need to be clarified for the team while we are moving.
Okay.
So complete the demo, the configuration, additional configuration that we want to add it, we can add it later. But now we want to progress, and
Okay.
also we want to let the team to start to use it gradually. I'm pretty sure they will bring a lot of question and comment while they are moving.
Okay.
طيب ايش الصوت اللي عندكم؟ مين اللي عندكم هناك بيصرخ هناك؟
يا عبد الرؤوف
ليه؟
يتكلم في التليفون بس
قولوا يطلع برا يروح هناك بعيد.
هو بره.
Okay, so what we have also in our setup, we have task priorities. So far, we've just hide that field, task priority, because in some of the cases, customers will set only high priority. If you would like to make it visible and give permission to some of the roles, you can do this. By default, when task is created, the status is high. You can change it. For example, all task created by default is medium, for example. This is default value when task is being created. We have task types. So remember in the task, when I selected the department, the number of tasks types that available for that department was limited. For example, for electrical department, we could only select electrical task types. So, for example, if you have electrical department and you have that this department is working on this kind of work, you can create multiple records here in the task type. And then customer in the task itself will select, select the type of the work that needs to be done, and the department itself will be defaulted to the task. Or the customer can select department, and the list of task type will be limited by the task type for the specific department. On the task, you saw that we had planned duration, and here you can set up the normal number of hours that is required to perform some specific type of work. And this is taken from this setup. What else? We have the list of customers. And this list of customers will be taken from AX. And we have the list of projects that is linked to specific customers. This information also will be taken from AX. And the most important part is set up your roles and set up your users. For roles, we set up only 4 roles. Based on this, you can add your own roles based on your process, but we have 4. Inside of each role, you can set up what this role can do. Full rights means that everything, this role can do anything with the task. Create, remove, edit, anything. So far we don't have set up. Nobody from these roles can do this. That's why we switched off this for our roles. This flag means who can create task, only create task. This flag is normally set to the customer role. This is our customer role, and you can see that it's set to yes. Customer, yes, of course, it's clear that he should be able to create task. Edit task. Whether we want ability to edit the task. Most likely, edit task ability will be set to this role, but not for technician. For him, he most likely will just add media and that's it. He shouldn't edit like task group assignment, some plan duration. It should be uneditable for him. Can change status. It means that next button, next stage button will be available for that user. And if that flag is set to yes, then you need to provide to which stages that role can change the task. For example, we have, let me show you technician. Can change task worker. Can change status. This is technician role, and as you can see, for technician we activated yes, technician can change the status, and he can change it only to in progress only to cancel it, and only to complete it. As you can see in this list, is not visible that he can move it to closed or to verify it. But for customer role, we said that customer can have access to create it, of course, because he creates the task, to verify it, because he can verify the task. He can move it to closed, because I mentioned recently that we don't know to whom give this ability, but you mentioned that it should be done by customer. Normally it will be done for supervisor. That's why we need then to remove this option from the customer and assign it to supervisor role. Can change task items. This is ability to add items to the task. And normally it will be set only to technician. As you can see, for technician role, we have this flag set to yes, because he needs to add spare parts that he used while working on some specific task. Can change task worker. It means that who can reassign and assign worker to the task. As you can see, technician cannot change worker assignment, but supervisor role can change task worker assignment. This is regarding main setups, and also here you can decide. This is list of all fields available in the task itself, and you can for specific role decide, okay, description, is it full access? It means that role can edit description. Is it just read only? It means that this role can edit, can view, but cannot edit. And no access means that field is not visible for a specific role at all. And if, for example, if we open customer role, you will see that we've just hide media for customer, because most likely it will be just for technician. We hidden from the form worker, because for customer it's not important who will be doing his task. Some of the fields we put like read only, but maybe we need to check project like no access, task stage read only, priority just to also no access. So you can just configure what field, which access for each specific role. And we have users. Here you will have all the users that can log in Service Desk app site. Inside of each user, of course, you need to set login name, password, some additional information. But what you need to do, to each user, you need to set which role. For example, if it's customer, then we would like to assign only that this customer can only do what is allowed to do by this specific role dedicated to the customer. This is important part, and also we have some limitations here. For example, if this specific customer, then you need to set to which customer this user belong. If this customer is working only with specific building that we discussed, you can set up limitation. Okay, this user that is belong to specific customer will be working only on the tickets for a specific building or with specific location inside of the building. For example, it's only for this combination. Then if we set up like this, if this user log in the system and try to create a task, he will be able just to select this building and this floor, and that's it. Other options will be unavailable for him because we have this restriction under user. We have limitation by task group. As you can see, you can assign specific department to the user. Most likely, it will be done for specific supervisor. For example, we have supervisor user, this one, and I said that this supervisor user only working with electronics department. He is working with all the customers, but with all the buildings, all the locations, but only with specific department. Mohammed, at some point of time, you mentioned that if some department is working with only with specific customer, for example, like jail, then you can set limitation and select, okay, just even if it's supervisor can work with specific customer, just set this limitation, and it means that this user will see only tasks for specific customer and for specific department if you have this limitation.
كلير. شباب، هذا الناس اللي في المشاريع بالولادة ما يشوفوا مشاريع الولادة، هذا المقصود من الموضوع.
نعم.
القصة هنا اللي يتكلم عنها الكاستمر، يعني لما نحط سوبرفايزر مثلا ونصاين عليه، نحط له أي مشروع هو مسؤول عنه، صح ولا لا؟
ايوه.
يعني هنا قصة الموضوع لما تقول تحدد هنا الكاستمر، يعني لما نحط الناس المهندسين حقين الولادة هو بيشوف بس مواضيع الولادة، ما بيشوف مواضيع ثانية.
بيتكلم على الكاستمر مثلا في الولادة، الجماعة المسؤولين عن العمليات يخشوا.
لا ممكن مش العمليات، ممكن هو ما يشوف الا هذا مهندس عبد الرؤوف ما يشوف الا الولاده، ما له دخل بالملك سعود.
لا، هي بتتكلم على الكاستمر اللي هينشئ التاسك.
يعني ما فهمت عليك.
بتتكلم عن الكاستمر اللي هينشئ التاسك، كويس؟
ايوه.
لو متقسم بيلدينج، هتدي مثلا تمريض مبنى معين، ما يخش على مباني ثانيه في المستشفى يعمل
صحيح. هذا موضوع ايضا موضوع اخر. الكاستمر نفسه ما يشوف الا المواضيع اللي خاصه فيه يعني.
ايوه، الحاجه اللي خاصه فيه بس.
نعم. وكذلك الموظفين ما يشوفون بالمشروع، تبع المشروع ما يشوفون الا الشغلات الخاصه معهم في المشروع.
ايوه.
واضح؟
اوكي.
يلا next.
Okay, and we have worker setup. We have technicians who will be logging into our system, and we need to set which worker is assigned to that user. For example, we have this technician, and right now that technician is assigned to this specific worker. And it means that once this user log into the system, we could show them only tasks that are assigned to this specific worker. Also, in this user's screen, you can set up which language is default one. I didn't show you, but we have two options, English and Arabic, and you can set up which one is preferable. Set some time zone. if needed, some. And also important part is dashboards. You can set up any kind of dashboards. For example, you have 4 roles, our 4 roles, and you would like to set up like this. Customer will see one list of diagrams. Technician will see another list of diagrams. Supervisor will see another list of diagrams, and service desk user will see another list of diagrams. For this purpose, you can create many types of dashboards. We call it them like dashboards for customers. And if you go inside of that dashboard, you can first you will see what is already configured for that dashboard. You can add additional dashboard. You can type in the name of the diagram. For example, what you would like to see. You would like to see some, this is customer. We already added for customer, but let me open then. For customer, this will be diagram that will show you number of tasks for today, number of tasks for all the periods. You will see this cycle chart also by today. So we have right now on the customer dashboard, we have 3 diagrams set up. Once you set up the diagram itself, this dashboard, you can assign this specific dashboard to the user.
Galina, can I explain?
Yes, please.
شباب هذه عاد انا الادمن، هذه مش تبع المشاريع، عادة تبع الادمن بيسوي الاعدادات هذه بحيث انه ايش العميل راح يشوف، ايش الفني راح يشوف، ايش السوبرفايزر راح يشوف، ايش الموقع كله راح يشوف، تصير لها اعدادات معينه وتعطى عليها يعني سماحيات معينه وكذا بحيث انها تظهر له ايش المؤشرات اللي يشوف، الرسمات وكل حاجه حسب كل يعني تخصصه. الكهرباء يشوف الكهرباء، الميكانيكا يشوف الميكانيكا، والمشروع هيشوف كل الموقع بالكامل. عرفتوا علي؟ والفني هيشوف الشغلات اللي تبعته، والعميل هيشوف الشغلات اللي تابعه. هذا الادمنستريشن، شاشه الادمنستريشن بتعرض الشغلات اللي احنا بنعملها ونسوي الاعدادات لكل واحد حسب طبيعه عمله. Continue, Galina.
Okay, so once you set up the list of dashboard, you can assign that specific dashboard to specific user. For example, we have user can create task. It's user to our customer, and you can set up that okay, this user will see customer dashboard, and if you log in under this user, can create task. You will see that only 3 diagrams is visible for him. This is because for this user, this specific customer dashboard is set up, and in that specific customer dashboard setup, you have only 3 diagrams configured. If we go to, for example, let's go back. This. For the supervisor, we have right now only 1 diagram configured, but we have technician dashboard, and we have all the bunch of diagrams that is available. And if you look at specific role, a specific user, you will notice that technician dashboard is set, for example, for our service desk user role. And that's why if you log in under this full rights, you will see the whole bunch of this diagram. This is because to this user we have set up dashboard. In that dashboard we have set up like to display 7 diagrams. So far, let me log in back. I don't think that we have all diagrams needed. At least we created the main one that we believe is important. But if you see the necessity to create additional ones, we can add. So far, what you can set up? You can set up bar chart by specific departments. I will show you here. This is bar chart by specific departments. What else we have here? We have bar chart by period and stages. And if we go back to dashboard, bar chart by period and stages. So as you can see, we have period and we have stages. So in April 19, we had created 6 tasks. We closed 2. We put in progress 1. We cancel it, etc., etc. What else we have? We have bar chart just by stages. If it's by current months, this one by all the time. I will switch back and I will show you. And also we have simple tiles. Just show me single value that will show us number of tasks for all periods, and show me a single value number of tasks by today. Single value means that you will see just number. Show me number of tasks by all the periods and by today. And what else we have? We have ability to set up just by period and bar chart and cycle chart all the time. So just different representation of the number of tasks by all the time. So if all this is bar chart, this is circle chart. In dashboard setup, you can move those charts. You can increase the size, you can move it and put it to like this. You can organize whatever you would like. You can remove, add. So this is how you work with the configuration of the diagrams. Okay, so we have ability to switch between languages here. So like this. If you have no idea what is I'm opening, but anyway, you can change to another language, and also you can set up default languages. I already.
Still,
Yes.
if you see the bar in the graph, still there is the English, the create and progress. These colors need to be changed to.
Yeah, you didn't send us the translated version.
We send it to you, I think.
No,
but you probably,
I resend the new file.
can you send me the new file?
It should be somewhere in the sky, but okay, I will send.
Resend, because I think I did it, but I didn't know if it has been updated or not.
Yeah, after that, once you sent me the file, we updated it, but there are still some missing labels, and I send it.
No issues. No issues.
Okay.
We will fix it.
Okay. Yes, just give me a second. I will review guide that I sent you earlier. Just double check if I missed something.
شفت الملف يا شباب اللي ارسلته انا بالجروب؟ هذا المانيوال حق اللي معمول المشروع هذا، كيف تعمل كل خطوه وكل شرح لي.
اوكي.
شرح الموضوع. احنا محتاجين ان نبدا تدريجيا ونتعلم على البرنامج، ومع الوقت نبدا نضيف عليه شغلات اللي احنا عاوزينها.
ان شاء الله.
يعني هو خلينا نقول هذا المرحله الاولى، في مراحل ثانيه هتيجي، ونبغى نتقدم خطوه خطوه عشان ما نجيب كل حاجه جميع يعني.
ان شاء الله.
عبد الرؤوف،
ايوه
حضرت البرزنتيشن ولا تصرخ برا؟
لا حضرته، بس احيانا اطلع ورا.
طيب ماشي. الان اعتقد اللي ناقص فيه الريبورتس، نحتاج نطلع منه تقارير. التقارير انا عندي يمكن فكرتين، بس ابغاكم تعطوني تقارير باشكال وانواع. ايش تبغون اشكال التقارير اللي تبغى تشوفونها؟
تقارير هذه خطوه، تقارير الانجاز بشكل عام
يعني كل واحد عنده افكار بالتقارير وبشكل معين باسلوب معين. هذا المؤشرات موجوده، لكن التقارير كيف اشكالها؟ كم تقرير تبغون؟ ايش اشكال التقارير؟ 100 تقرير؟ كم عدد التقارير؟ اشكالها ايش؟ المعلومات اللي جواتها؟ لو صممتوها لنا وارسلتوها نخلي قليلا تشتغل عليها.
تمام.
لان التقارير هي تيجي بعد ما يكون في بيانات، بدون ما يكون في النظام في بيانات، ما دخلت في اوامر عمل ولا شيء، التقارير تطلع فاضيه. التقارير تعمل بعد ما ينفذ العمل على النظام، عشان في بيانات طاهره فيها. اذا ما فيه بيانات ما في تقارير.
تمام.
واضح؟ طيب.
Okay, so I believe I described everything that I have on my side. If you have any questions, just ask.
في اسئله في شيء يا شباب؟ عندكم اسئله استفسارات؟
عندك اسئله وضوء؟
ها؟ في اسئله محمد ابراهيم حسين؟ ها؟
كنا عايزين نشوف الشكل النهائي بتاع امر العمل بس يا مهندس محمد، يعني اخر حاجه.
امر العمل قصدك الريبورت؟
ايوه ده اخر حاجه.
هذا الريبورت، امر العمل اللي معاك اللي يطلع هذا الريبورت. مش يطلع بعد ما تنفذ الامر العمل. هذا يقول لك هو يعتبر من التقارير.
ايوه بعد ما بعمل الكلوز.
هذا تقرير يعتبر. امر العمل النموذج ذا يسمى تقرير. هذا اللي اتكلم انا. اقول ايش التقرير؟ انا بعرف 1 2 3 زي الورك اوردر، لكن الباقيات وين هي؟ واضح؟ يعني امر العمل اللي انت تشوفه ذا النموذج ذا يسمى تقرير. هذا التقرير يطلع بعد ما تنشئ امر العمل، وبعد ما يروح كذا، بعدين تقول له طباعه. على طباعته يطلع لك فيه كله مكتوب ومعبى بالكامل حسب كل مرحله.
هيكون على هيئه ريبورت يعني.
وهو هو اصلا الامر العمل عباره عن ريبورت. يعني انت تعبي. جالينا.
Yes.
Can you go to customer login? Or go to the task, for example. Let us see.
Okay.
Can you create a new? اوكي. هنا يا شباب هذه البيانات اللي تعبيها علشان يطلع لك امر العمل فيها. لان امر العمل راح تعبي عباره عن نموذج، تعبي تقول اسم القسم، ايش المشكله، ايش مدري ايش، من الطالب، من كذا من كذا. هذا ياخذ البيانات بعد ما تطلع المرحله الثانيه والثالثه والرابعه وكذا، وده تقول له خلاص اطبع لي التقرير خل اشوفه. يطلع لك النموذج بالكامل، ايش الوضع اللي تبعه، هل هو مكنسل، هل هو كومبليتد، هل هذه التقارير اللي نتكلم عنها، وهذا واحد منها يعني. هذا واحد منها.
هذه كريت الكاستمر يا ابو سليمان.
ايش؟
هذه الكاستمر كريتها.
ايش؟ نعم، هذا الكاستمر يعبي معلومات معينه. اصلا لو شفت امر الاعمال شو اسمه، خل اوريكم شغله انا دقيقه بس. اعتقد اياز كذا ارسل لي اياه. check.
تقريبا عندك 24 ساعه لازم نحدد.
كل الاثنين واحد مستقبل.
Galina.
Yes.
I think I shared before some of the document, the reports for the work order creation. You remember?
No.
It's a form. Let me check. Yeah, it could be one of at the beginning. Yeah, no, it's not Excel. It's either PDF, probably PDF document.
No.
See the picture. See the pictures? No, not that one. The pictures. Yeah, this one. What is it?
This one, just this.
No, not that one.
I don't have.
Probably I share it with Eager. Let me check Eager.
The only file that you shared with me is some explanation what you customized in AX, some process description in AX, and some examples of the data that exist in AX. Like you remember, we discussed this.
Okay, let me check. Maybe probably.
I don't have anything else.
Order. I didn't remember. I remember we shared it together, but I didn't remember the date.
And what is what would you like to have with this report?
I want to show them one of the reports. أنا كنت رسالته في جروب بس ماني عارف. إياز موجود.
ايوه موجود معانا.
شوف
أيوة.
ممكن معاه بالجروب اللي هو مرسل لي اياه، ممكن مرسل لي بالجروب اللي هو مرسل لي اياها لوحدي، مرسل لي ممكن انه امر العمل. شوف معي ياس
في اوامر عمل في الجروب واتس.
شوف الصور، شوف الدوكيمنت اللي معاه. هذه هو ولا واحد ولا مرسي ولا هاي تقريبا كانت في ديسمبر 2018. هو لو مرسي هو لا مش مرسي، محمد ابراهيم. واحد منكم مرسلها لي.
شيء ديسمبر.
حصلها يا زلمه ما حصلها.
لسه صنع.
اكيد جاتني قديم. ممكن ادورها مع دولة. نروح كذا نقول كذا.
Mohammed, so should I stay on this call more?
No, thank you very much. I think Galina, I think you finish. I will discuss with the guys. But can you please send me the video?
Yeah, it will take time to, I don't know, to record it locally to my
Okay.
laptop, and then I will send it.
You can make it running, and probably tomorrow, after tomorrow, I can pull it to you. You can put it in Dropbox, and I will pull it.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Galina. I will talk to the guys. Continue with them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Galil.
دليل الصيانة.